Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne's Stampin' Up. Welcome to another card making day here in Simcoe, Ontario, where I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you live in Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, you can reach me at stampsandtea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsandtea.stampinup.net. The bundle we're going to use today is called Ice Cream Swirl. It comes with stamps and dies, and that's just really what a bundle means. If you purchase the stamps and dies together, it's called a bundle, and you save 10% on the price of the two items. So if you buy the bundle, it's $72.75. Page 37 in the mini catalogue, that's the January to April catalogue. Really a good set for kids, adults, everybody, but I'm going to make a kid's birthday card today with it, and I'll show you what we're going to use. So this is the stamp set here. Got some nice sentiments, ice cream cones, ice cream, some fruit, some donuts. The dies, you have a die that will cut out an ice cream cone here. If you're careful, you can cut it in half and get two ice cream cones. You can emboss the ice cream cone. You've got some sprinkles to go on the ice cream. You've got a straw, or it could be a Cadbury's flake to go in there, depending on how you cut it out. We've got some ice cream. We've actually got a little ice cream cup. We've got a strawberry and a cherry to cut out, and a donut, which is all the stamps that are on here. So let's get started with the card we're going to make today. We're going to use a 6x6 piece of DSP, which just means designer series paper. We've got an envelope to go with the card. Now, it's not a Stampin' Up envelope because there was a time when I couldn't get them, but this is you peel the tape off and it just seals envelope. Has a nice square flap just like a Stampin' Up envelope. We've got a piece of DSP, which is from the Lighter Than Air series, which I showed you last week. You know, this beautiful set here. All those gorgeous spring, summer colours. Lovely pack of paper. I think I might have to order another one of those because I'm using it quite a bit. Got your standard card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Got a piece of crumb cake here. Excuse me, piece of crumb cake for the ice cream cone. We're going to have a mint ice cream today. So we've got crumb cake for the ice cream cone, we've got a mint ice cream, we've got white for the white part of the ice cream, basic white. This 6-inch piece of DSP, we're going to use the whole sheet. Alright, so I need to bring in my cutter. We're going to cut this piece at let me think, 5 by 3 3/4. Now 5 inches by 3 3/4. You have to think your way through this first because I want to use a piece for the flap of the envelope. So that's going to come off that way. It doesn't matter which way it goes on the envelope, you see. But if I cut off my 5 by 3 3/4, I can get a piece for the envelope and a piece for the inside of the card as well. So let's go, how are we going? 3 3/4, sorry, 3 3/4, because I want the diamonds on the card to sit this way. 3 3/4. That goes on the envelope. That's going to go on the envelope. So I'm turning this and I'm cutting it off at 5. This piece can go on the inside of the card, just to say that we used the whole 6-inch piece of paper, 6-inch square of paper. Alright, I think that's my cutting done. So let's have a think. This is going on here like this, that's going on the envelope, that's going on the inside of the card. I've got some rough edges on the edge of my paper, so I'm just going to take an emery board that you would use for your nails and just smooth that edge because it's bugging me. There. there. I'll do that. We'll turn this piece this way and use the straight edge on the card because we're going to cut the rest off. Just make sure we've got no edges on there. Right. Okay. Let's get rid of the little chibbles here. We've got a card, we've got an envelope, and we've got a piece for the inside. We're just going to set it over here for a second. We're going to do some stamping first of all, just to get the ink pad out of the way. And I've got just a scrap of basic white, and I've got the card that I need to stamp on the inside of. And because these are photopolymer stamps, I need my foam mat to give me some backing on the stamp. Okay, so we've got that and we've got that. We've also got, when I think about it, an older punch called Banner's Pick a Punch. Now this is a great punch to use for sentiments because it cuts three sizes of 3 different sizes, 1/2 inch, 1 inch and 1.5, I think it is. One side of the stamp cuts a point on the arrow, the other cuts the back end of the arrow, which is the inverted point. So let me see what I've got for stamps. Now, I didn't have a happy birthday stamp in the ice cream set, so I found another stamp set and it's called Kidding Around. And I'm going to use the It's Your Birthday from this set. This is another lovely sweet you can buy. Stamps, dies, designer series paper. Great for kids. Could maybe use that one next week. But let me just see what we're going to stamp right now. We've got some fresh freesia, which is one of the colours that would be in the DSP here. And we're going to stamp this. How are we going to do this? Let me think. What do I want to say on the front? I have Hope Your Day is Sweet and Happy Birthday. I think I'll put Happy Birthday on the front. So I need to stamp that on the scrap of paper. There. Nice. And then we've got Hope Your Day is Sweet. I've got to make sure I'm getting a light stamp. Swipe that off. Oops. There, Hope Your Day is Sweet. We can put those to one side and we can close the ink up because we're done with it. There. Make sure I've got no ink on my fingers. So we've got Hope Your Day is Sweet and It's Your Birthday. We're going to do some cutting out at the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I've got a plate here and I'm going to put all my pieces on the plate and see if I can get them all out at once. So we've got a piece of crumb cake for the ice cream. We have a piece of green for the crumb cake is the ice cream cone. The white is the ice cream and the green is sort of the flavour, the mint in the ice cream. So I'm going to put this like this. And then I'm going to take this die here and it fits nicely in the bottom of this half. Now when I cut this piece out, I'll get enough, if I'm careful, I can cut this across the middle and I can get 2 ice cream cones. But that means only one is embossed. You just then take it back to the embossing machine, put this in this side and it embosses nicely for you. So let me buy that down and I'm going to tape these down because I don't want this piece to move. I want it to stay sort of nicely centered within the ice cream cone. I'm just going to tape both of those pieces down together. Do the same up here. Right, so they should stay together. So then I've got this ice cream here and I've got 2 pieces again. Now if you want your ice cream all white, you would line them up just like this on 2 white pieces of paper, white cardstock. I'm going to have coloured flavour for my ice cream and just a white background. Alright, so I've got all these on the same cutting plate, as you can see, and I'm going to take this over to the big shot and I'm going to cut them out, and I will be right back. And here we are back, and let's see how we've managed to cut these pieces out. If we've managed to cut these pieces out, I think we have. So these pieces from the ice cream itself, you can cut and use on another ice cream cone, okay, if you want to. I'll just put those out of the way. I've got an ice cream cone here. Take my dies off and get them right back on the board. And this one was the white outline for the ice cream. There, that goes there. And so we need that. We need this. And we've got this piece in the ice cream stuck in it. That's good. I haven't lost it. Just poking it out. There it is, and then that'll go back in there. So we can just push all that to the side and get rid of these pieces. Now this is what I meant by, you can cut this ice cream in half. You could fold it in half if you want to and use it on the front of a card like that, but I'm going to cut it in half, and later I'll emboss that piece. Okay, here is my Ice Cream Swirl, which is going to go on the white piece there. So I'm just going to cut this right along the line across the middle of the cone. There. So I've got another cone I can use another time. What next? I think we're ready to start putting this together. We've done the stamping. We need to glue some pieces together. So this piece here needs to be put together. You glue it down, put the green on top of the white. That's all you need to do. Yep, that one's going to work. Now I'm just putting it on right now on the bigger parts of the ice cream, but I really want these little thin pieces to stay put, if I can get them to stay put. So I'm just dabbing little dots of glue here and there on this piece, because I think that piece could tear quite easily if it's not held down. So we just got some dots of glue on there. Just going to pick this up carefully if I can. Yep. And it's just going to go on here like this. It's liquid glue, so you've got time to move it around a little bit if you need to. That worked quite well, and well done. Okay, so we've got a nice ice cream cone there. So there's the parts for the ice cream cone. So now we're going to put the card together. Let's see, I've got ink glue on my hands. Got those pieces. Let's do this piece on the envelope first, because, and you have to be careful when you glue an envelope down, when you glue paper to the top of an envelope. Don't have your envelope closed like this, because a lot of times the liquid adhesive will seep through and seal the envelope. So make sure your envelope flap is open and you put this piece on, and it's just going to line up like that, and then we'll trim it around the shape of the envelope. So again, liquid adhesive. Now you've got to get right to the ends of this, to the edges, because you don't want this coming apart in the mailing machine. That should do, I think. Having trouble picking stuff up today. So that's going there. This is just going to slide on the envelope up to the fold. There's a big crease there where the envelope flap folds over, and it's nice because you can slide your DSP across and it sort of stops right at the fold. And you can see that this is too big, so we're going to let this sit till it dries and then we'll trim it off. But you see how we needed glue all over this piece so that we can catch the very edges of the DSP onto the envelope. So then we've got, making a real mess with this liquid adhesive today, we've got this piece which is going to go on the front of the card. You've got probably 1/4 inch all the way around. Still have an edge there. So again, I'm just going to use liquid adhesive. Now I don't know if you know or not, but your liquid adhesive has like a very narrow point, but it also has, if you look at the other end, a really wide point which you can use like for something like this. If you want to, you can squeeze it out possibly, and then you can use this rather large end to spread the glue. Of course it's not going to work for me this morning. Let's try another one. There, and you can spread your glue, squeeze it out and spread it along your card. Just gives you a wider strip of glue to catch onto your paper is all. I don't know that it's any better than the other end, I really don't, but there, give it a good swish around. Make sure I've got my diamonds going the right way, my card opens the right way, and I've got about 1/4 inch all the way around. There. This extra little piece is going to go on the inside of the card, so we might as well glue that down while we're on, while we've got the glue going. There, that just made a little decoration, if you will, on the inside of the card. I've just got a little bit of glue there. I'm using my glue remover to get it off. Right. So there we've got that. This is glued down. The envelope's drying. And we're going to build the ice cream cone. So the ice cream cone is going to go down flat on the card like this, and the ice cream is going on there. My sentiment I want to cut out. Oh, I need scissors again. My sentiment I'm going to cut out, and I'm going to leave plenty of room around it. Alright, now I'm going to look at my punch here. I want to make, I think, an arrow. So I want this end to be pointed and this end to come in. So let's see, what have we got here. Maybe we need the paper trimmer. We're just going to trim this. We want to make this piece about, well, we want to cut it as thin as we can, as narrow as we can. So let's see what we've got there. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, and right, so we've trimmed this off and it says it's your birthday. We're going to put this end into here and cut it off. Now I want to know how much I'm cutting off, so I'm turning it upside down and I'm fitting that in there. And if I open the punch, it'll go all the way in. There, so I've pushed that in there like that. Now I want to make sure that that point is right in the center when I cut it off. Oops. So you see how I've got a notch there. This end I'm going to put in to the cutter on the other side, the pointed end. Slide it all the way in again. Move it so that the point is right in the center. There. So let's see, do we have an arrow? We do. We have an arrow. Now, because we've done that, if we wanted this a little bit shorter, if that is too long, we could just follow these lines that we've cut off and trim it down a little bit more if we wanted to. Let me see if I can find a scrap of fresh freesia. There's a piece, and that will back that nicely. So I'm just going to, what have I got? Oh, I got some Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm just going to pop this down on a piece of fresh freesia like that. Just like that, so it's not so we only have to cut as little as possible. There. And then I'm going to use my snips again and just trim off the edges. There and there. Because I just think this white piece is going to be just a little too bare on the card front if it's not backed on something. I just don't know that it would stand out very well. Okay, so here we've got an ice cream cone and ice cream to go with it. Right, so we're going to put this down flat, being careful, just like that. We've got some dimensionals that we're going to pop the ice cream cone up on. Oops. Let's put a couple in the middle. There. Yes, there it is. So this is the ice cream cone. The ice cream going on the cone. There. That's a nice bright card. The sentiment's going to go down there. I have some, what do I have? Okay, I've got a package of twine here, baker's twine, 3 colours, and I think that goes with this Lighter Than Air designer series paper, and the sticky back dots, the enamel dots, adhesive dots, they go with that suite as well. So I'm just going to make a little bow here. I've got about 12 inches of twine, maybe not quite 12 inches. I'm going to fold it in half. Two bunny ears like this, wrap them over and pull gently. Now you have to be careful when you're pulling, because you don't want to pull the thread, you don't want to pull the loops right through. So I keep sort of easing my loops back by pulling the ends, and then you can pull it up tight into a bow, and then you can adjust, because you don't want great big loops on your bow. Let's have a look. There and there. That looks nice and even, and then I'm just going to give that a pull again to make sure it's nice and tight. Put it on a glue dot. Whoops. There's my glue dot. There. We'll just stick that about there, like that. And we'll trim the threads so they're not so long. There. There. And we'll got a little sentiment here. Pop that on a couple of dimensionals. There, and you know what we're going to do to finish that ice cream off? We have a Wink of Stella pen here. Now Wink of Stella, this is clear, so it has sort of a silvery silvery sheen to it. Just make sure. And I'm just colouring lightly over my ice cream. I'm even going to do the white parts, and I'm not being very careful here. I'm just scribbling this across. Lump in there. And that just gives the ice cream a little bit of a sheen. Go around the outside. Just go around quickly. See if I've got. You can't really see that on the camera, but it does. It sparkles. It's just beautiful. Sparkles lovely. And I think we'll finish off with just maybe a couple of these enamel dots. What colour? Gosh. How about yellow? The yellow's a nice bright colour. There. There. Whoops. One there. There. That just finished it off. And then last of all, we have to trim. Let's use the big scissors. Trim this envelope. There. I have to clean those scissors when I'm finished. So there you've got a nice card and a nice envelope. Makes a lovely little set. It just all pulls together at the end when you put some little dots on, little embellishments and a little bow, and you've got your nice decorated envelope as well. So there it is, today's card. As always, if you want to copy and share, please do so. That's the whole idea of Stampin' Up. We share everything. And if you do sell your cards, put the Stampin' Up Angel stamp on, which just says all the supplies used are Stampin' Up supplies. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week. Bye.